Hi, I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm not Liora,
Okay.
and I am Matt.
Right.
She's Liora.
Exactly. We're just being funny. We just wanted to do a short little interview of our experience with Hosea's bride. And so I'll just say I'm pretty much amazed about what God has done in what feels like a very short period of time. Because to us, it seems like it just happened, but I realize God has been planning this all along. And yeah, so you go ahead. What do you want to say about Hosea's bride?
Well, it was a real experience working with Liora.
Oh.
Anyhow, it is. She's just amazing.
Oh, thank
And,
you. I didn't know where you were going with that.
You know, it's just been really good having her support me and bring me through and help me develop this for this piece.
Amen.
There was a lot of things I hadn't actually used for years that had to be pulled out, dusted off, and regurgitated or reused. But it was all there, and the Lord really came through as well, because I totally couldn't do it. It had to be Him.
I was so inspired, Matt, by what you said. You told me that before we went on stage the other night, that you just said to the Lord, I can't do this, so you are going to have to step it up. And that was the invitation. That was the wide open door. I was laughing because before I got the green light that we were supposed to move ahead with Hosea's bride, you made a comment to me. You said to me, while I was still praying about it, you said to me, you'd be surprised what I have in my tool chest, something like that. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah.
What was the word that you used? You would be surprised what I have
In my tool chest or something,
you said
yes.
something, but it was like, oh,
Toolbox,
yeah,
yeah,
because it was a word of confidence, which was good about yourself, and you were saying, look, you know, I've got a lot more than what you might know about, and it's true. I mean, I have to say, Matt is classically trained in ballet and modern, and he's had a lot of body therapies, and he loves improvisation, which was why we were able to even go forward with Hosea's bride, because we both specialize in that, and we both love that, because that is the training for prophetic dance, you know. And I forgot where I was going with this. Just that I was impressed that you said, well, you said something like very confidently, you'd be surprised what I've got, you know, packed away somewhere, whatever. And you know, in our practices together, in our rehearsals, Matt really has a childlike spirit about him, and I told him that is necessary for teaching dance and for releasing people into the joy of the dance. You really do need to be like a child. So I can definitely say that Matt has that, and he's got a great joyful attitude. And I also, Matt, really enjoyed working with you tremendously. We laughed a lot, pulled our hair out a lot, and you in fact pulled all of your hair out. And there were days where I had no sleep at rehearsal, and I was not so nice and pleasant. I wasn't as gracious, and I kept stopping the song like 2 seconds after, and stopping starting over and over and over and over. And Matt was very, very gracious, I have to say. He was always early, very reliable, dependable, awesome servant of the Lord. And I feel like it was a victory the other night. I feel like dancing at the first station, which has been a great challenge spiritually. There's just a lot of things flying around there, and it's been going from glory to glory each week. But you talk, because I'm doing all the talking. Go ahead, you share what you want to share.
Well, yeah, it's hard because, you know, as dancers, we mostly often don't talk about our feelings, because we dance them out. And it was just a real blessing to do it, and it was so much so I just felt this is really special.
Yes.
And it's like,
yes, very special.
Lord, are you actually going to take this somewhere else as well?
Yeah, amen.
And it just seems to be like, you know, maybe he is planning for a future.
Amen.
For this.
Amen.
The story really touched me too once I got into it. And there was quite a lot of painful stuff I had to dance about, because I'm mostly dancing worship dance, which is all joy.
Right, this was very different.
And thankfulness to God, so it's completely different. In the last few years, I must mention that I've been doing a lot of technique-based dance, and you know, ballet and modern, just syllabus stuff, because that's what we tend to do in British colonies.
Right.
Like New Zealand was.
Right.
And just had to, you know, get back to that improv, which I'd done years ago.
Right.
But
Well, you have
wonderful.
great capability. Well, you do have great
And the
capability.
Lord
for
met
that.
us,
Amen. He did.
because I don't think I could have done it without him.
I
He
couldn't.
made all my abilities.
Right. I'm just asking Matt to hold the camera because my
Okay.
hand's getting very tired.
Here we go.
Very good. Oh, that's so much better. Should have asked you to do it in the beginning. Okay.
Where was
So
I?
you were saying about getting back to improvisation.
Yeah, the Lord was using me. He basically came and took us through this, and I must mention that it felt like we were, hand in glove working together.
Yeah.
It was just like we're matched.
It wasn't easy. We had a terrible rehearsal. Our last rehearsal was awful, but usually they say when the show is good, the last rehearsal is usually awful, and that's kind of what happened. And I think God allows that because He wants us to realize that we cannot do it without Him. We're not relying on our own resources. He is our resource, and we have to plug into Him. We have to plug into Him,
Amen.
right? So it was a real thrill to do this at the first station. It has not been easy, as I said, spiritually. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But each week I have to mention all the intercessors around the world who have been holding us up for all the series of 5 concerts, and Hosea's Bride was the 4th concert. There's one more coming up this Monday at 8:30 p.m. August 29th. It's the last one of this 5 concert series, but I will continue to teach there, and I will continue to do concerts there probably once or twice a month, and continue the teaching probably weekly. So all you folks around the world, we just want to wave and say thank you so much for your prayers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thanks so much for really supporting us,
yeah,
because the Lord took us and used us the way He wanted to, and it's a real message for Israel that needs to be put out there.
yeah, the story of Hosea and Gomer.
It's the times.
It's the love story, as you know, from Hosea, and God tells this godly man Hosea to take a prostitute for a wife, who's Gomer, and he listens to God, he's obedient, and then she bears him children and she leaves. And he is totally devastated, and she goes out into the desert. She's pretty much eaten up by the enemy. Her guts are pouring out all over in song 6, because it's 8 consecutive songs. And but in song 8, reconciliation, we come together and we dance into the Lord and to one another, and it's very, very painful. It's got a lot of pain, but it climaxes to joy and exhilaration, which is wonderful. So we can't even begin to understand the significance of this in heavenly places. We know that it's really important. We know that it's really significant, but we don't understand like God understands how big this really is. And so our vision is that we would like to see this go to the nations, and we hope to have the video packaged and going out to the nations, and we'd like to be there doing it. And my prayer is that we would dance this with the married couple that composed it, Bonnie and Steve Stearns from Colorado.
Yes.
And as I said, 6 years ago, I saw them premiere this. 2010, they premiered it. 2 back-to-back showings, and I envisioned the dance. And so I've been praying in a Hosea for 6 years. And then Matt showed up from New Zealand this past month. And we basically had only about 20 hours to rehearse. And took it to the stage. And it's only because of the Lord. Our part was to say yes. And He blesses our obedience to Him. So that's about all I have to say right now. So signing off from, we are on Rehov Agrippus in Jerusalem, and we're hoping that you're going to have a great day, everybody. Shalom,
yeah. Shalom
from
Shalom.
Jerusalem.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.